Royal Bathrooms. README Bath Panel Installation Guide. Except if you have an unattached, move-top shower, your shower will require boards to polish it off. The underside of a fitted shower, behind the boards, isn't at all appealing to take a gander at. Contingent upon where your shower is situated, you may require any place somewhere in the range of 1 and 4 boards. A shower fitted in a break in the restroom will require just one front board, while a shower fitted in a corner will require a front board and an end board. Bath panels come in various sizes and shapes. A standard length shower is 1770 mm, so if your shower is this size it will be crafted by minutes to discover a few structures which fit, and you'll be left with just the assignment of picking your favorite style, or the style which best suits your restroom furniture. On the off chance that your shower is certainly not a standard size, you can decide on acrylic boards that you would then be able to slice to abbreviate. Acrylic boards, which are moderately simple to cut, are likewise valuable in a washroom with jutting funnels or evading sheets, as you can likewise slice your boards to fit around these checks. Customizable boards, at long last, will fit showers of various statures. One board, for instance, could be acclimated to fit a shower that is any place somewhere in the range of 460 mm and 595 mm in tallness. On the other hand, in case you're a decent DIYer, you may jump at the chance to create your bath panels. Tongue and notch framing is a modest, however powerful method for polishing off a basic restroom suite or adding moment style to the dividers around a lot of fundamental fitted washroom furniture. Essentially board up to mid-tallness on your dividers and board in your fitted shower. At that point, use gleam or washroom paint to finish the look. This will set aside your cash on tiles, and a tiler, and carry an organized look to your washroom that can be effectively refreshed with a brisk layer of an alternate shaded paint and some new handles on your restroom furniture in a couple of years. To fit a shop purchased acrylic bath panel, you should start by evacuating old boards and cleaning the zone around and underneath the shower. At that point, start by measuring your board. Append the bath panel plinth to the base of your board and trim the lower edge of the plinth if essential, to make up for any lopsidedness of the floor. Measure cautiously and slice the board to fit around any bulges. Slice the board to the right width if it is excessively enormous, guaranteeing you cut the end, which will sit against the divider. Next, fix an even softwood secure to the floor, the external edge of the board flush with the edge of the shower, and fix vertical secures to the dividers. Your bath panel fits under the edge of the shower and can be in a bad way to these strips with the goal that it sits conveniently set up. At last, seal all your shower edges against the water entrance with a sterile evaluation sealant. Establishment techniques will differ from board to board, so consistently check the maker's fitting directions before you start. Maker's guidelines, when accessible, ought to be followed, and the installer ought to be qualified and have a measure of understanding and capacity. Bath panels are accessible in a few materials, and the user just as the shower establishment ought to be completely viewed as while choosing a board. Table of contents. Acrylic boards, the main bit of leeway waterproof. Changing the tallness of the board with a free plinth. We are cutting the board. Acrylic boards, the main bit of leeway waterproof. These are shaped sheets produced by the shower organizations to go with their shower ranges. The sizes are constrained and will permit practically zero change following tallness. It is along these lines basic that they are provided for fitting simultaneously as the shower. The fitter must watch that the stature limitation won't influence the pipe's prerequisites and that the floor is moderately level. Remittance for the thickness of the floor covering ought to likewise be considered. Some acrylic boards are provided with cuts that fit the floor or under the shower edge, yet it is prudent that a sub-outline is built to keep the board set up and help fortification. Front and end board blends are moderately simple as most acrylic boards have formed closures consequently. Use Velcro to hold the board set up, which permits simple access to the pipes. The typical thickness of these boards is somewhere in the range of 15 and 20 mm, which implies that with some shower developments, the help legs and supports can discourage the board. An underlying check is fitting, making sure to contemplate the free plinth, which is fixed to the rear of the primary board, successfully multiplying the thickness now. A flush completion is exhorted. Even though it isn't off base to have the board distending over the shower edge, this will bring about water gathering on edge and, in time, infiltrating the board. Although these boards are moderately strong, a subcasing of in any event floor and divider secures ought to be utilized. The benefit of a free plinth can't be underassessed, with the right request of the establishment being suggested as the shower, the pipes, the floor covering, the bath panels. As the board is left until last, it needs to fit unequivocally. A free plinth permits the resistance lost with a fixed board. Royal bathrooms. Changing the tallness of the board with a free plinth. Measure the board and plinth tallness and take into consideration the plinth to fit and fix behind the primary board with an appropriate cover, ordinarily at least 40 mm. This gives the greatest stature. Presently measure the tallness of the shower from the floor to under the edge at the two closures. On the off chance that these shifts and the shower is level, at that point, the floor is most likely out. On the off chance that the floor isn't yet fitted, it is best not to fit the bath panel, yet a remittance could be made if the calendar won't allow the postponement. We are cutting the board. It bargains the water obstruction of the completion and can permit water behind the get done with, causing lifting, and will likewise permit water into the substructure of the board. Take uncommon consideration when fitting a separated or nitty-gritty board into a break, to unify the board, by cutting the two sides similarly. Where cuts are essential, imprint and score the line to be sliced. To abstain from chipping, utilize a fine-toothed saw. Seal all cuts with a waterproof varnish. Disappointment will nullify the guarantee. Silicone along with these cuts when the board is fitted, as it is unavoidable, they will be sprinkled. If the shower or its casing forestalls the board sitting totally under the edge, the board can be indented or machine refunded. If the block runs the full length of the shower, similarly as with softwood fortifying secures fitted under the edge of numerous showers. A rebate should never be the greater part of the thickness of the board outline or infringe into any framed detail, which is slenderer than the casing. The rebate should then be fixed with varnish and the top edge with silicone sealant. Item aftercare. Continuously expel water sprinkles after use. Utilize just a delicate material. On polyurethane or other synthetic completions, use the cleanser and delicate material. On wood and wood facade, check any cleaners utilized are reasonable. Never use Blanche, flawless disinfectant, or family unit washroom cleaners. The Royal Bathrooms assure all the UK-wide customers about the finest quality in addition to the free delivery and much more.